most movies, almost 90% of Hollywood movies and Marvel comics and all the rest of it, it's all the hero story, isn't it?
It is.
And it's interesting because most people identify with the hero. And then occasionally you'll get some great movie making like The Joker, some of these other ones where the shadow of the villain is revealed and you find yourself identifying a little bit with the villain.
Yeah.
And what I've learned through doing deep shadow work is the reason these stories are so compelling is you're equally hero and villain.
You are.
And
it's the light and dark.
When you recognize that, and this is what you're saying, I can be manipulative, I can be controlling, I can be a witch, I can be a bitch. So you're saying, look, I'm equally villain as much as I am trying to be the good girl and the hero.
Absolutely.
And that's why these stories are so compelling. And so if you find the villain distasteful and your hero worshipping, you're putting too much emphasis on the light and not willing to look in the hidden places.
Yes.
And I think if everybody had a real honest look at themselves, they would own that they're equally villain and hero.
Oh.
And that's liberating.
Yes.
It's totally liberating.
It is.
Because why is it liberating? Why is it important for you to know that you can be a villain? How does that help you to know that you can be a villain?
Because it helps me understand where I'm tripping myself up in life, and it helps me understand where other people are tripping up in life, and having compassion for these people. Like I used to be the victim of, they've done this to me.
They're the villain.
They're the villain, right? But then I realized, hey, I've done that too.
Okay.
I've been the villain, and I see that for whatever reason they've been through in their childhood or whatever is causing them to show up like this in this current moment.
Yeah.
They're not bad. They're not evil. They're not no good, off with their head. None of that. Like I keep saying, sometimes hate doesn't need more hate. Hate needs love, and hurt people hurt people. So when you learn that you can be the villain and you can be the hero and you get comfortable with that and you do the work on yourself, then you can show compassion, understanding in these situations where people are running around unconscious of that they're hero, villain, right? And so when I was going through all my stuff, all my chaos, I was very much feeling like the victim of all these people. And I kept saying, I know I'm not a victim. I know that. I've done a lot of therapy, I know. However, I am really feeling like this right now, but doing that work, seeing how I put myself in those situations, it then helped me to not feel like a victim and to see it as this is an opportunity to heal, to grow, to become better, and see this person in the eyes of love, not in the eyes of hate. And don't underestimate boundaries, loving boundaries.
Yeah.
When you don't have loving boundaries, you will be walked all over by these people. You will be hurt. But when you have your loving boundaries, you become empowered, you become authentic, you do your shadow work, you integrate your light and dark, then you're a force that cannot be effed with anymore. But you show love, compassion, and understanding to the world around you. And because judgment serves no place in my heart anymore. Resent serves no place. It can happen from time to time, but I'm quick to pull it away because judgment just hurts me.
How good is that? That's one of the things that I noticed through working with my shadow is I just stopped judging.
Yeah.
And what a relief it is. A lot of people spend most of their life judging. And when you're judging someone else, you're also judging yourself. Because being judgmental, it's both ways.
Yes.
It's a big burden to carry.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what stopped it for me was I recognised that whatever I was judging the other person for was also true for me. Mm-hmm. And when I caught that, I'm like, oh, this is a bit one-sided. I'm saying it's all over there with them, but I can actually be that way too. I'm going to retrieve that judgment that I'm projecting onto that person, and I'm going to own that that's part of me. When you start doing that, you stop judging. And all that nonsense goes away.